Oh, we should be live. I figured everybody'd like my intro tonight. Health Canada can take it right up the fucking goat ass. That is my personal opinion.
We were talking before the show. He said he had a special coupon code. Now I get it.
Yep. Fuck Health Canada saves you 30%.
Well, you know, I think that's brilliant because I'm famous for forgetting coupon codes. They're so generic. Some of them are so difficult. Some of them are so hard to remember. Some of them are so common you can't remember it anyway. This one's a winner. I will not forget this.
And how about the new site? www.fuckfc.com. And it's live and it's running. I'm so sick of government bullshit. You know, they're not happy, you know, fucking their own lives up. Now they gotta try to fuck everybody else's up. And for anybody that hasn't been on Facebook today, or isn't, you know, friends with me on Facebook, I got the letter today. Health Canada has lowered the boom, and I have, you know, unequivocally told them to go fuck themselves. Not very happy with Health Canada today, but I am gonna frame this bitch and put it up on the wall behind me. Fuck you, KP.
Yeah, it's a rowdy room tonight. Right on, Smoke Eater. I see another one of those meme images in the very near future.
No, it's not a rowdy room tonight. It's all about fuck Health Canada. Okay.
Oh, he's got one already.
And Lights. That's a new name to me. But you just won a $50 gift certificate.
Ooh, we're starting early. You're not messing around.
So just shoot me an email, and Lights, and I will reply to your email with your coupon code, and it is good for $50 at either fuckhc.com or dsvcreations.com. Your choice. Yep, that's the new site, Penny. Fuckhc.com. Well, the gist of the letter is, you know, you're a bad boy. We wrote a memo, you know, 5 years ago saying that you shouldn't do this. Bad boy, refer to the memo. We included it with this mailing. Please refer to line da-da-da-da-da of our memo. You know what? An internal document is not a fucking law. You know, at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's a fucking internal memo. There's no law. It hasn't went through. It hasn't went through an upper or lower chamber yet. It's nothing. Like, fuck me. I at least thought that when I'd get the letter, it'd be something, you know, official and you know, foreboding and I tore it open in the post office and read it while the lady was processing my outgoing parcels. I couldn't even hold it in. I cracked up right in the post office. I had to post it on Facebook while I'm standing there. No, I didn't respond yet. But
Oh yeah, here's Joe. Just like I said, he loves the domain name.
you know, some people say, "What would Jesus do?" I when it comes to this, all that rolls through my head is, "What would Joe do?" and when I'm on GoDaddy, I bought 7 domains today, so I'm just going hard on the domains. And that one popped in my head. Yep, gotta have it. Gotta have it.
I'm just chuckling now about Tina Marie's comment.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Beetle, awesome. I can hardly wait to make it back. That's my hometown. And I can hardly wait to make it back and visit. You can try, Joe. High school? Oh, now you're. Actually, I didn't go to school in Edmonton. I went to school in the outskirts in Sherwood Park. It was Salisbury.
No, I won't be going
Go
to.
Sabres.
I won't be going to media with my letter. I'll let the brick and mortars do that. But it wasn't just me that got it today. Mitch from VaporJoes got his today as well.
Oh yeah.
He'll get loud in their face. I just want them to go away.
Yeah. When I think of all the things that it would make sense for government to deal with that are problematic and not dealt with, and then they have time to harass us, it makes my blood boil.
Well, and like I gave Amy the letter to read, and she's not even halfway through it, and she's like, "I already know how to reply to this." So while I'm listening, it's like they're asking for 10-year studies. They want 10-year studies before they can release anything. There was no 10-year studies done on the vaccine for the H1N1 flu. It was pushed through in 2 years. And they pushed that. Mm-hmm. It's a firing offense in some schools or hospitals if you do not take the vaccine.
And they've discovered problems with it. It is problematic.
Yep.
And has been. Certain batches at the very least. So,
but it comes down to it kind of validates what we do when we get the letter from the man that tells us to quit, and you get to thumb your nose at them and carry on.
mm-hmm.
You know, I won't worry till the RCMP are coming through the door. And the odds of that happening are below 0. Welcome, Baby Vapor. The RCMP would be probably more, to your state police, except they're countrywide. You know.
And Chicky first. I'm assuming. Oh, I think okay. I don't think there was any malintent intended, Vinny. I think we might have.
I totally
Judging from the
it.
early comments, I think we were talking about other networks and totally other things. And no, I'm reading your comment, Chicky, but I think she's referring to someone that she referred to at the very beginning of the conversation.
How do I fix that? I don't. I have to sign out and sign back in.
Oh, is it removed, Vinny? Thank you.
Yeah, unless it's really out of line, I just use the mute. Give them 5 minutes to think about it, and then if it's bad again, then I hit the ban. I'm really slow to ban.
Yeah. No, and Vinny, I can see where that came from, but it was in reference to another host on another network that was mentioned at the very beginning of the show. I won't name the names; it's in the chat. Scroll
Or are we
back,
talking about Dwayne Green?
Oh, if you want to name names, then people.
Well, if we're talking about a guy that'll call himself Almighty God, we're talking about Dwayne Green.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, I'm hard pressed to argue with her.
I have nothing personal bad to say about Dwayne or to Dwayne. You know, I am really good friends with Uncle Dagger. Dagger and Dwayne are tight. If you know Dagger, they're friends in real life. So if Dagger has nothing bad to say, you know, I have nothing but respect for Dagger.
And Dagger's a very respectable guy, so I agree with you there.
But to call yourself Almighty God, oh my God!
I fail to see the charm in some of his friends then. No, in other cases, he has marvelous taste in friends, present company, specifically.
So we were going to call it King's Melons, and then we figured that KP would just spend too much time playing with it. So we figured we better call it King's Cream. Because it was a juice made specifically for KP, and he wanted to spread it all over the place. So back to the Health Canada, the letter from, you know, our Nazi government. First off, it starts with a 2-page notice to all persons interested in importing, advertising, selling electronic smoking equipment in Canada. And basically, they're trying to say that it's, you know, regulated as a new drug under Division 8, Part C of the Food and Drug Regulations. And this is all done in absence of evidence provided by sponsor establishing otherwise. So it's we're too lazy to look at it, so we're just going to tell you can't have it. That's the first part. The second part of it is their archived 2009 notice. And basically it's Health Canada is advising Canadians not to purchase or use electronic smoking products, as these products may pose health risks and have not been evaluated fully for safety, quality, or efficiency by Health Canada. But that's about all it says. There's not a whole lot more to it other than we're lazy and we won't look into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the actual letter to DSV Creations. It has come to our attention that your establishment is selling or has sold electronic smoking products, e-cigarettes containing nicotine, as well as e-liquids containing nicotine. The sale of electronic smoking products, including e-liquids, with nicotine pose a health and safety risk to the Canadian public. The following information was issued in the Health Canada Public Advisory on March 27, 2009. That document is enclosed. Nicotine is highly addictive and toxic substance, and the inhalation of propylene glycol is a known irritant. But yet it's in every hospital air system in North America. It's in asthma inhalers. It's in children's nebulizers. It's in the lines of your air conditioning. It's in the bread you eat. It's in every oil-based or diffuser-style air freshener that's mass marketed. It's everywhere.
It's in baby wipes.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Although these electronic smoking products may be marketed as a safer alternative to conventional tobacco products, and in some cases as an aid to quit smoking, electronic smoking products may pose a risk such as nicotine poisoning and addiction. Nicotine is hazardous to the health and safety of certain segments of the population, such as children, youth, pregnant women, nursing mothers, people with heart conditions, and the elderly. As per March 27, 2009 advisory, Health Canada has identified that electronic smoking products fall within the scope of the Food and Drug Act. Under the Food and Drug Act, but yet we've never been classified. That they're saying that they have classified us, but we are not classified. All drug products, natural health products, medical devices require market authorization before they can be imported, advertised, or sold. The sale of these health products is currently not compliant with Food and Drug Act, since no electronic smoking products, including e-liquid, have been granted market authorization. And it just keeps going on and on and on like that, and keeps referring you back to their memorandum. Yeah.
So let me paraphrase. We don't recommend you do this because we can't figure out how to tax it, and the lobbyists from Big Pharma and Big Tobacco can't figure out how to make money off of vapors because you don't get sick and you don't smoke cigarettes.
I think Big Tobacco would be the last people on earth looking to stop this.
Well, they're getting on the train, but
they're looking at a way to dominate the marketplace.
Cancer is really lucrative to treat.
Well, it's a good thing we still have to breathe, because the air is going to give us cancer anyways.
Hey, Murdoch.
There is no law. That's the whole thing. They talk in riddles, and there is no law. The only thing that they have to say was written in a memorandum 5 years ago. You know, it's nothing but a jerk off from the government. That's all it is. It's let's throw these all at the wall, and maybe a couple will stick.
Yeah, they're just hoping to scare people, and it's working less and less.
I think that the people that were soft-skinned, that were in the vendor game, died out in 2012, 2013 with the heavy rounds of letters. There were vendors that folded up. I think for the most part, the ones that are in now, they are the type that's going to thumb their nose at the government and show me the law or get fucked. That's basically the way it is. Well, see, that's where everybody's wrong if they think I take it personally. I think it's the biggest compliment ever that the site's been live for 2 months. I've been a full-time juicer for 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks now, I think. And I already got my Health Canada letter. That's going to be some kind of a fucking record.
Yep.
You know, it definitely doesn't hurt my feelings at all that, you know, my lawyer vapes and is my brother-in-law.
Yeah, that helps.
And he's a nasty bitch. I wouldn't want to have to face him in court. Oh, I do make claims about my juice. I claim that it's going to taste good. I claim that it is manufactured to the highest standards possible. You know, I claim that it'll taste like what the name says it is.
Tina Marie, you betcha. You're probably seeing and welcome back, by the way. You're probably seeing the URLs under our faces on the screen. Visit there, use the coupon code, try some of the best damn juice.
Oh yeah, another one of the domains that now goes to my site, damngoodjuice.com.
Nice. Again, that one's easy to remember.
Most definitely Canadian.
You betcha, Chicky Fur. And even Joe will tell you there's something special about Canadian juice. He can't figure out what it is. I think we just take the time to do it right, and Corey's like the ringleader for that. I chuckle every time I see it.
I love that. I think I'm going to make that my main URL. Now, I am going to steal KP's little thing there. Okay, so it has been stolen. I do have my website creator open here, so we're going to go in and quickly change a product here.
I'll give you that, Murdoch. S2KG. I'm desperately hoping that you're making fun of a video that was on YouTube briefly, and not suggesting anyone do that. Okay, good. Yes, a number of us saw that video. It was kind of like watching a train wreck. It's horrible, but you can't tear your eyes away. Well, I felt bad for the person who made it for about 3.8 seconds, and then it was a matter of responsibility to the rest of the community. For those of you who aren't aware of what we're talking about, there was a video briefly on YouTube of a new vapor, and there seems to be some discussion as to whether it was really a vapor. But she was making juice from honey and extracts that were
was
not suitable. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. I loved that part. Did a lot of research, 2 hours on Google. It was like, oh wow, well then you're an expert. And yeah, it was a terrible idea from the word go, and she very, very quickly pulled that down when enough community backlash. No, no, Joe and the team, Mod Envy team, did not feature her, but they did feature her video, and then it was actually during that show that the video was yanked. I think she was probably inundated with negative comments. But my greatest fear with something like that is somebody else doing their 2 hours of research is going to stumble across that and think it's a good idea. So, gotta nip that crap in the bud.
My very first e-juice was 2 different juices that tasted like ass. I mixed them together until the sweet of the one kind of got drowned out by the menthol of the other, and somewhere in there we found something that didn't make me choke and want to puke. That was the very first e-juice. And shit really changed after that. We need to change something here.
Yes, I second that, S2KG. Don't use honey. There are some great honey vapes available using appropriate, safe flavorings. Canadians love strawberry Tina Marie. What are you talking about? You've got lots of strawberry flavors. There's your now I gotta get over this. I'm terrible with the names.
I do
There's a
strawberry sundae,
Campino, there's a
strawberry Campino,
sundae.
strawberry cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just the ones I do. Plus, I use strawberry in a buttload of other juices as well.
Oh, you're back to PBJ, Diana. Kingpin's on a mission.
I gotta say, currently, what I'm vaping the most of is King's Cream. I'm almost embarrassed to say it. Like, it's a really nice, pretty pink and everything. But it's some bloody good.
Oh, we've got a request from Shiver. Wants to know what King's Cream tastes like.
King's Cream basically is gonna be Hubba Bubba watermelon bubblegum. It doesn't lose flavor. It's not overly sweet. It's like your first 6 bites into a fresh piece of bubblegum. Nope, there's no menthol in it. It's I believe it's a 14 ingredient juice. I'm in Bruno, Saskatchewan, S2.
And I'm out in the Fraser Valley, BC.
Though at request from from Shea Island Vapor, I did bring back one of the originals. And that is Mocha Kicker. It was one of the very first juices I was proud to send out to people. And it kind of just fell to the wayside when I quit vaping coffees. But it's somewhere flavor-wise in between Mocha Rockstar and a Coffee Crisp bar. Some people say, that I hit Rockstar right on the money. Others say that it tastes like Coffee Crisp. For me, it's a semi-sweet, sharp coffee. Steam, are you calling me the fat kid again? I'm in a pretty good mood here today, but I don't want to get fucked with too hard.
BC represent. We got a bunch of us in the room.
I get pushed too hard and I just do irrational things. So Rick, you need to send me an email.
When S2KG wants to know what a random chatter is, that is a function by which we can pick a random person in the room to win a prize. And the latest one is Ricardo won. Congratulations.
And Rick just won himself a $100 coupon.
Woohoo! Bonus. That's sweet.
It's not every day that you get validated by your government. This is a day to celebrate.
You gotta wonder about the people, sitting at their desks, issuing those letters, and if they feel completely useless.
Bert, I'm almost embarrassed to say what I am vaping, and it's what I've been vaping since last Saturday. The Nautilus tank on my Pravari. I'm waiting for it to fail. And it won't fail. The flavor's not dropping off, it's not failing. I've got it sitting beside rebuildable drippers and I'm grabbing this instead. It is that good.
Oh.
It really is a game changer with what I'm going to call non-rebuildables. Flavor-wise, it competes with the rebuildable.
I'm only hearing good things about them. I haven't tried yet, but Joe in the States seems to think they're terrific as well. Oh, there you go. Thanks for the link, Jim. In stock at Vapetastic.
They are worth every penny. Absolutely every penny. They are phenomenal.
Now, Jim, do you also have the replacement heads handy on hand? Because I understand that is a proprietary, it's different from anything else we're using right now.
Yeah, and Maddie, this one came from Vapor Jedi. I don't stock hardware. These are good. These are really, really good. I've probably put 100 mils through it this week. I'm still on the first head.
Okay, that was supposed to be excellent. Thanks, Jim. The T got lost. Thunderhead. You the MVP2s are a great backup. Don't move on that in the next 24 hours. We're going to be featuring something on the blog tomorrow that might interest you. They've come out with a new MVP2. Just something cool. But
It's not the one with the.
No function change.
It's the one with the stickers on it already.
No, not the stickered ones. These are different. They're well. I don't want to give too much away.
No, I won't press you anymore. But that I saw that one.
Suffice it to say, it's a cosmetic difference. We're not talking about any changes in function, and they're pretty hot looking, I think. I've been very happy with my V1. I've still got a V1, and it's great. This might motivate me to grab a V2.
Now, Rick, I'm sending you your email with your code in it right now. I want you to put your reaction to what the code is into chat. I'm totally theme oriented tonight.
Well, congrats, Calgary pal. I hope you have a really great time.
I hope you come away with some great juice. I believe there's a pile of it up for grabs. Well, there's more than just me supporting that pixie. I always wonder what's going on. I get these orders, and there'll be like 8 bottles at 6 milligrams, and 1 bottle of 0. And I wonder, if they knew what they were ordering. And maybe I should make a policy to email them to make sure. But so far I've just filled their 0 milligram orders.
That totally makes sense to me, because in a lot of my stuff that hits harder, I'm down to 6 milligram for sure. And sometimes, especially for these shows, those times you just want to sit and chain vape, it's handy to have something with 0 in it. Pace yourself.
Thing is, I offer 0, 3, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18, 24. But I can't vape above 6 anymore. And for anyone that has missed the coupon code, I'll let that run for the weekend. But Fuck Health Canada will save you 30% off.
And And you have some special instructions for the Americans in the room that would like to place an order, just because of the difference in the way the merchant accounts work and so on and so forth, and the credit card orders. There's a special way for them to order. Is that correct, Corey?
Well, it's the same as for anyone else, and it works for Canadians as well. Some people can't do electronic money transfers or online interact. So the address for the EMT is the same address for PayPal, and if you're unable to use the online interact, just send a PayPal payment as goods and service to the sales at dsvcreations.com, and in the notes only include the order number.
And yeah, only the order number, of course, no mention of juice or vaping or anything like that, e-cigarettes. To protect your account and his. No problem, Tina Marie. Simple misunderstanding, wires crossed. All good. That's in the distant past and forgotten.
Yeah, and see, someone would have to talk an awful lot of shit about me for it to get under my skin. I'm just slightly thick-skinned, and I am an asshole, so it's all good.
Oh my goodness. Hardly. Hey Kriegs, welcome to the room. Hey, I have a Hard Rock shirt.
Was it on the top of the pile today? Because mine was, that's why I'm wearing it.
Mine is one of those great big oversized ones, stolen from somebody else, and yeah. So it's one of those wear around the house kind of things. Don't be seen.
Yeah, and on an email transfer, nobody has to enter anything. It shows up on your name. It matches across, dollars and cents to dollars and cents. It's really easy to keep track of. It's just the PayPal for your own records, because the name's still, cross-reference.
Kriegs, you betcha I will, unless you don't want me to for some reason. I confess I forgot to download it last night right before we started here. I grabbed that recording, so we're good to go. Oh, good. Well, like I say, I have the recording. I will be working on that in the next 24 hours, as quick as I can. I'm so behind. I think I'm first right now on a few things, but
well, that's really really good, Crease, because I wouldn't want them to be lost. I want them to be able to find their way there. There'll be a nice little disclaimer going across the top of the screen later tonight, just for Health Canada. Something along the lines of, I wouldn't give the sweat off my taint to save a Health Canada employee from dying of dehydration.
Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Someone was asking where to find the recordings, and I've put a link in the room to join the Facebook group. All of the recordings as they go up are announced there. We have a YouTube channel that all our recordings are located on. Just get the link for that in the room as well. Now, we do our best to put them all up. Sometimes that's not possible due to copyright issues and YouTube muting stuff because of music and so on and so forth. Some recordings aren't available, but for the most part, it's a complete-ish library.
Yep. Amy's birthday was this last Monday. And it's the last birthday she's ever celebrating.
Oh.
It'll be 29 every year after this year. Well, and it's 29 this year too.
Oh, gee, Hayden, we're celebrating. We're celebrating tonight is what's happening in Canada. As you can see from the special coupon code and new domain name. You want to field that question, Corey?
I got a cease and desist letter from Health Canada today for my my little juice business. So my answer to their letter is go fuck yourself. So I launched a new site today. It's fuckhc.com. And the new coupon code that I'm running right now is Fuck Health Canada, and that will save you 30%. If you agree to Fuck Health Canada, you save 30%.
Downpour, if YouTube's giving you trouble for not being in the right country, I've thrown a little tool in there for you that might help.
Media Hint. Media Hint will work faster and easier. It's just an add-on for
okay.
Chrome or Firefox, and it should it should be very, very good for you.
Okay, good to know. I didn't know about that one. You betcha, Mandy. That's exactly what it means.
See, Health Canada is not our healthcare. Health Canada is our version of the FDA. Just copy and paste. My theory is if they want me to quit what I'm doing, they better send the cops, and if the cops are coming, they better bring a fucking SWAT team. Because no two officers knocking on the door are getting me out of the vape lair. It's not happening.
I'm just going to have to reload the chat. For some reason tonight, my browser is having just completely ridiculous issues with...
I think it's Google. I think Google's having issues tonight.
Oh, is it? I keep
Because
getting the message that the room is not working, and it is.
Media Hint. It's just an add-on for Chrome or for Firefox, and it just it tricks out your IP address. I've been running it for a year. Works flawlessly. I run it on 5 different computers right now.
Beautiful.
I can watch Hulu
That's great.
or Hula, whatever you want to call it, American Netflix, whatever. It just totally, anonymizes your IP address, and it just has a little emblem up in the corner of your screen that if you want turned off to be able to log into your bank, something sensitive, one click of the mouse, it's turned off for that page. Carry on.
Oh, cool.
It's not like Stealthy, which gave me no end of trouble trying to do online banking. If you got a link for us, Tina Marie, go right ahead.
Yeah.
We're all shoppers. At least some of us are.
Pardon me.
They're drip tips, KP. They are not mods. You're allowed to buy juice. You're allowed to buy tanks. You are allowed to buy advanced personal vaporizers. You are just not allowed to buy mods. So no more flashlights, buddy. I'm sorry. You're cut off. No more flashlights. Because the true coining of the term mod was modifications we made on flashlights back in the day.
Girl in cam, you like pink and ribbons? I don't know about the ribbons, but yeah, pink's cool. Why? Okay, let's grab this one. Oh, lots of neat things here. Ooh, splash anodized aluminum tanks. Okay, I did need to know about it.
You didn't need to know about this, did you?
No.
I'm looking at the lava lamp drip tip, and even for me, $60 on a drip tip, that's really stretching it. Oh, but motherfucker, I think I'm gonna have to do it. Yeah, I think, Vinny, I'm gonna have to get one.
Color change? What?
I actually had to.
Wild, that one.
I had to switch to an acrylic drip tip today. I actually burnt my lips on my heavy stainless steel drip tip on my dripper.
Whoa.
That would have been a good idea. I should have switched to my stash tip. I got a custom one-of-a-kind stash tip. Made specifically for my stupid low ohming. Keeps you, way far away from the heat source. and I will be back in a moment.
Alrighty. Oh, cool. Custom work too, Peanut Me. Nice, nice. Okay, I have to just bookmark this for later. There we go. Done. Pink ribbon one. I don't think I did see the pink ribbon one. I'm just seeing. How am I not seeing them all? Is there more I'm not seeing on this front page? Oh, direct link. Thank you, Tina. Oh man, you got me shopping during. Oh, I try to be so good. Okay. Oh, looks like there's almost like a pearly sheen in there too. Wow, some really beautiful stock. Oh, okay.
Are you all still shopping for drip tips?
Zombie one. Yeah, well, I admit, I said I was just going to bookmark it for later, but I did get back there.
Does some nice work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am just bookmarking it. And for my own sanity, I will close it for the time being. Well, I guess I made another change today to the site that I should mention. I modified my shipping, and in North America, all orders at $100 or higher have free shipping.
Nice. That's a great incentive. Oh, Thunderhead says show's over. You gotta go make his order.
It doesn't do any good. Nothing moves till Monday anyways. That's a clone Navcom, though you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Oh, I will be right back.
I don't know, some dumbass in the middle of nowhere kitchen sink. I heard he's a pretty obnoxious asshole. Okay, that one, I make that juice, but that's bottled by e-cig Vapes. It's my juice kitchen sink, but they buy in massive bulk and bottle on their own. Yeah. All the DSV juice at e-cig comes directly from me kitchen sink, but they do the bottling and labeling. See, I have a few different ways that I do juice. Vendor, okay, you can buy directly from me, or you can buy from your local vendors, and they either get it in the bottle from me, or they get it pre-made, and they themselves do the bottling, or they buy the pre-mixed concentrate and they mix it, bottle it, and label it. And I have to look again. I can't even see what flavor that is. You'd have to tell me what flavor that is. Even in Chevy.
Well, sorry about that little interruption. I was sitting here visiting with you guys, and suddenly I hear the disembodied little beep of my alarm clock ramping up to go off. My toddler is resting quietly, letting me do this show, and wouldn't you know, the little booger set my alarm clock at some time during the day today. So I was like, no, don't wake him up. So yes, problem solved. I unplugged it and brought it with me. He was like, I can't fix this fast enough in here, so let's just take it and go. There we go. Good grief.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the page to load. I got the wheel of death spinning.
The hamster's running as fast as he can.
I think the hamster took a break. Oh, it's Strawberry Cigar. And yeah, I don't have it on my site. It's one of my past favorites, and I sent a sample out to the boys at e-cig, and Jason fell in love with it, and so I do produce it for him. But like most of the older juices, you know, they just kind of fell to the wayside when you know the new lines were coming out, and I kind of forget about them. Well, it was one of my favorites when I was just starting to mix juice. Vader pudding is my recipe. I do not produce it. And with some, there's some things coming in the next couple of months that people are going to see that, you know, can't be discussed here, that will explain why I do not produce Vader pudding or sell Vader pudding. Let's just say there's big changes coming.
Mm.
Not much of it, Paul. If you're getting G Money or Sugar Cookie in the standard, what I call standard vapes, 6 or 12, I do try to have that pre-made and steeped, but I'm not always ahead of the game. I don't have the space to be able to have every juice made and pre-steeped. I'm hoping that in the spring, when I build my complete clean room outside, that with the expansion in space, I will be able to do a lot more of what I want to do. I want juice to be pre-made and steeped so that it is perfect the day you get it. That's just not a reality with the space I'm working in right now. On the outer limits, 21 days, Paul. Though, other than Strawberry Campino, they are all good the day that they're mixed. Strawberry Campino, it's okay the day it's mixed. It really needs 21 days. I just set them on a shelf and forget about them. I think we're having a power fluctuation. My lamps are flickering here.
Oh, really? Well, hopefully that's all it is.
I don't take the cap off to steep them, Paul. Yeah, caramel coffee cake is strong. But there's no way around it. Like, to me, coffee is an in-your-face flavor, and I apologize if my coffee vapes are too strong for anybody. Order them a full nick level above what you need, and add vegetable glycerin to them. I love coffee. I live on the stuff, and anything I have that says coffee, mocha, cappuccino in it, it's gonna be strong. I'm the fan of the 8-shot espresso or the 8-shot Americano. Well, I still get the occasional person that puts in the comments, to add a flavor shot, and I'm totally cool with that. If a person wants an extra shot, just give me the message and I'll take care of it. But I never thought any of my juices needed an extra shot.
From what I've tried, I would concur. The currencies are pretty close, Tina. You'll find it'll be 7 and high change for you if it's $8 Canadian. Your dollar's just a little stronger than ours.
I have cherry in things, Vinny, but I don't have a straight up cherry vape. Cherry is one of those things that it is so hit or miss whether it's going to be decent. I've tried an awful lot of cherries that vendors claimed were on the money, and I get, dime a tap. And I just haven't been happy with any of them.
Oh, we haven't found him, Time Tap.
Yeah, I can see a cherry cigar working really well, Puffer. You know, cherry's a great carrying note. Just as a standalone, I've had very little success. I have done a bacon juice pull. It was a mistake. Everybody got to watch it live. I mixed it live and I vaped it, and it was fucking horrible.
Oh, Pepto. No.
Just the smell of it's enough to make me puke.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to make a Pepto vape. And as for, I couldn't tell you, Downpour. I refused to buy it. I refused to vape it.
Let's put it this way. Vapor Joe did try it, and I call him the Mikey of vaping because I'm pretty convinced he'll vape pretty much anything. Give it to Mikey, he'll vape anything. But he just said that was the most vile thing he's ever vaped.
No, especially,
It tastes like...
I'll tell you exactly what DSV sweetener is. DSV sweetener is 10% ethyl maltol by volume dissolved in propylene glycol. That's what it is. It's got no sucralose in it. You know, none of that shit. It's just a straight up ethyl maltol, 10% by volume. The problem with anything directly butter flavored, Maddie, is that's diactyl that creates that flavor, and that's a do not inhale. So I would be worried about trying to create one. Stevia is fine. It adds a flavor to the juice. You know, a lot of juices are using sucralose without even knowing they're using sucralose. The TPA sweetener. You know, TPA has a couple of different sweeteners, but one of them is just called TPA sweetener. That is sucralose. At least, I can't say on a molecular level it's sucralose. You know, I'm going to correct myself here. I don't know what their chemical makeup on it is, but side-by-side taste comparison in between that and sucralose, it's identical. I can't tell the difference. No, there's no butter in butterscotch. Well, while I was sick, the peppermint juice I made to get me through was so strong it might as well have been Vicks Vapor. It was some bloody strong. Am I a hole driller? As in, do I only vape the Eye of Mordor? Yes. Yes, I modify every atomizer, before I even vape it the first time.
Oh, we always miss you, Craig. How was your dinner?
from how it's been explained to me, Calgary Bell, by a diabetic vapor, after several years of vaping, in monitoring his blood sugars and everything else, he can find no difference in his blood sugar regardless of what he's vaping, how sweet it is or how unsweetened it is. Just the volume of sweetener involved is so minuscule, it just doesn't count.
Mm.
Well, that can just be the change in your life happening, Thunderhead. We each were addicted to far more than just nicotine. If the addiction was only nicotine, there'd never be any cravings. I talk about cravings. Talk to KP. He's in a bad stretch right now, a year in, and he's dealing with some evil cravings. It happens.
Yeah. A woman I know from back home is 3 years now. She didn't use vaping to quit. She just quit. And she's been successful for 3 years, but she's reporting this week she's dealing with just wicked cravings, and it's a day-by-day thing.
It is what it is, and it's just one day at a time. Now, certain parts of vaping are going to be very, very bad for my health. The whole fact that I'm no longer smoking, that I found an alternative, that's the good part to my health. The bad part is that through all of this, my chair time has increased dramatically, and what I now consider heavy labor is when the courier drops off my pails of vegetable glycerin, and I gotta haul them. And to go from a job where I physically handled anywhere from 30 to 70,000 pounds of steel by hand a day, to moving, 4 or so 5-gallon pails of vegetable glycerin a week, big difference. So I'm going to have to get off my ass and get a gym membership. See, I really don't have a whole lot of excuse. The benefits of small town living. I go out my back door, down my sidewalk, out my back gate. If I just angle slightly to the left and go across an empty lot, across Main Street, there's the post office. If I angle a little bit to the right when I go out my back gate, I walk through a different empty lot that has a community garden in it, get on the sidewalk, go down 2 doors, and in the front door of the gym. And when I'm done in the gym, I can go out the front door of the gym, directly across the street for a beer. And the last time I did gym membership, the problem was I had too much energy. And so instead of being lazy and only walking to the gym, I walked to the bar first. And yeah, the gym just never happened. I took a 1 month trial membership. I think I made it in twice. But, I went to the gym, 5 days a week. Just when I got done with the primer fluid in the bar, I figured it probably wasn't safe for me to be around the equipment in the gym. A few of those nights, they probably could have given me a DUI while I was on the pedal bikes in the gym.
Great. Ah.
Call me crazy, but I think there's probably a few products better than windshield washer fluid to color your juice.
I'm thinking so.
I've vaped a lot of nasty stuff, but, Windex just hasn't been one of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like Show Me Smoke's workout. Turns on his running app when he drives, then posts his time. Very impressive.
After I chipped my diesel truck, I shot a video and posted on YouTube of doing the 0 to governor acceleration. And 6.5s are notoriously slow. Well, mine isn't. And so I did the thing, and before I had the prom reburnt in it, it would govern out at 180k. And so, take it right up to 180, and then it starts limiting you. And post it to YouTube. Never thought anything of putting a disclaimer in that I'm in Canada. You know how many emails I got asking where the hell they could get a speedometer for their truck that read to 180 mile an hour? And what mods did you do to be able to get it that fast? Mine will only do like 90 mile an hour. I learned the whole needing to have disclaimers. See, I don't understand why people always say you're yelling if you forget the caps lock on. I used to type everything with the caps lock on because I was too lazy to turn it off. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't upset. I was just fucking lazy. Uh, Shortly after I started programming the laser, I had sent an email up to the front office about some problems with the software. And I'm busy doing a million other things. I never even proofread it. I never even noticed that I had the caps lock on. I just, look at the keyboard, type out what I'm doing, hit send. The next morning I come into work, and it very quickly called into the office to find out why I was so wild mad the day before. I wasn't. Well, something in that programming must have had you really upset. No, we just need to buy a couple more add-ons for the program because it can't do everything we need it to do. Well, we've got this email here and it's been circulated, and you were yelling at everybody. How the fuck do I yell through an email? And so then it was explained to me. That was the first time I had ever heard of that bullshit. And you know what? I wasn't yelling at anybody. I'm too lazy to turn off the caps lock. Get used to it. So from that point onward, every message I sent to the front office, I typed in full caps. Just to prove the point. Maybe because I like to push things a little bit. So I expect that most people here are somewhat active in the community. Tomorrow, starting at 12 noon Eastern, there is going to be a kick-ass auction going on, and it's going to be hosted on vapenet.com, and there is a Facebook group to go along with it. The auction will be going on the Facebook group, and there will be 24 hours of broadcasting going along at the same time. I don't know what's all up right now in it, but I believe there was like 67 items that were up for grabs in the auction. I do know that I put up a brand new brass Chi-Yu, an authentic brass Chi-Yu, with the badge and all that goes with it. Hey, that's too.
Have a good night.
You're gonna hate me for my suggestion, but my suggestion, the AGAT2 is a Jenny. You need mesh in that bad boy. I've tried every wick known to man put into the Jennies, and quite honestly, I just keep coming back to what works, and what works best is mesh.
Danny Vapor, thank you so much for the kind comment. When you say first time on these sites, are you talking about Vaughn, like the live programs, or you're aware of all the Facebook groups and stuff like that?
I put the mesh almost to the bottom of the tank. It doesn't touch the bottom, but it gets really close to the bottom. They work. No, I couldn't handle that in my life, Tina. I don't get enough sleep as it is, let alone if that was added into the mix.
Nice bastard. How do you like those?
And see, Vinny, I like pure VG in my Jennies. The thicker the juice, the better. A well-built Jenny will have no problems moving thick juice, and it also works as a heat sink to alleviate extremely hot coils, overheated wicks.
Rec, the pipe is here, but I need to replace the cardo that I have in it. It's one of those ones that's just a leaky, yucky one. It was leaky the same day I put it in, and it hasn't improved any. So I've kind of not been vaping it the last few days. Let's see if I can get one here.
I think you're right in that assumption, Thunderhead. And the thing is, Vinny, you don't have to be good at every type of rebuild. You know, if you're a K-Fun vapor, you know, we forgive you for that. And just stay with what works for you.
Hey, I finally built my K-Fun, and I have to admit, it's pretty good.
All 5 mine are in storage.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. It's pretty leaky.
You know what I have to say about K-Funs, and this is going to insult several people here, and I'm good with that. The best K-Fun vape I have ever had, bar none, the Nautilus.
That's it. Kriegs is over you.
Thing is, it all depends on what type of juice you like to vape. I vape different things in a K-Fun than I do in the Jenny. And typically what I'll vape in a K-Fun is also what I drip. And sitting at my desk, I'm in a drip. Just the way it is. Now, out of a Jenny, I like a tobacco or a sharp fruit. My typical mix is 40 PG, 60 VG, Thunderhead.
Danny, for me, yes. I started vaping at 24 and was able to drop down to 18 reasonably quickly. Then I met Corey and was introduced to Jenny's and RBA's, and the drop was really quick to 12 and now 6. So you're going to find you just get more out of every puff, and if you're staying at those high levels, it's going to kick you in the butt.
You know, show me smoke. If you want higher VG than what my standard offering is, all you do is put in the comments at the end of the order, max VG. And it'll be all VG except the flavoring. There'll be no added propylene glycol to it. It'll be VG Nick and all VG base. I can't do anything about the concentrate. Not all concentrate is PG, but a lot of it is. The vapor is from the vegetable glycerin. Stop hating, Kriegs. It was supposed to be on the down low, buddy. You know, it wasn't for public consumption. You just had a safety meeting. I told you, but it just didn't stick. Yeah, the Russian is very good. I've got a couple K-Fun clones, and they've each been, you know, exceptionally good for the money, except the Rocket. It vapes, but that's about the best I can say about it. It vapes. Spend a couple dollars more and just get a better clone.
Mm.
Brass is easier to maintain. Copper carries current better. That would be my definition in between the two. Don't drop a copper mod. It'll get damaged. I had my El Capitan for a day before I dropped it and fucked the tube up. Hey Danny, I'm a bad example. I'm an extreme low ohm vapor that has no care about how much juice I go through. To give you an idea, you know, these are bottles of Personal just sitting on my desk. I mix my Personal in 250 ml bottles. But I'm 30 plus mils a day. That's 2 years in, and other than when I'm playing with some new tank, I vape 0.6 ohm and lower. So that would be the really high end of juice consumption.
Rather.
My juice is from right here, Danny. I own DSV Creations. Well, I could buy my favorites from River City, but that would just defeat the purpose. I'd be paying shipping twice.
Hey, AK, welcome to the room.
I don't have them loaded on the site. Show Me Smoke. I just haven't seen a need. I sell 120s, and I pretty much always have a coupon code on the go. If you're looking for a sim in Red Hots, you are looking for Bad Teacher. Oh, god damn it. Nothing like a Skype call in the middle of what you're doing to fuck everything up.
Oh, gee. Safety first, Kriegs.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Where's my Skype? Somebody's getting removed. How the fuck do I get somebody out of this new Skype? I'm on Windows 8 on both machines. I need to figure this shit out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, random caller from Pakistan. You are no longer on my Skype list.
Bye-bye.
Don't sue when the door hits you in the ass on the way out.
Well, Kriegs, that's what you're for. You're tech support, so.
Oh, it's been a while since I've had, round up. Get a Mac. Really?
Macs are the devil's plaything.
If I asked of a Mac what I ask of my desktop, it would slap me across the face and call me fucking crazy. The first problem, and this is the one that'll burn me every single time, I require at least the option of a cheap machine.
Thunderhead, #1 on Vaughn and #1 in your heart. Aww.
Well, S2 right now, I'm running two machines side by side. One is a quad core, one is an 8 core. They're both AMD rigs. They're the 4 core is just a basic business machine. Nothing overly fancy. It runs two 22-inch monitors. My gaming rig is an 8350 8-core processor running 32 gigs of RAM, running off SSD, 3 gig video card, all the goodies. That runs 3 other monitors, 2 22s and a 32. And so what I do here, everything's connected through a KVM switch as well as a home network. So I've got 5 monitors wrap around in front of me right now. And it works for me. Though when I have to move my desk, the wiring mess, it's somewhat disgusting. And so, before this tirade, Tina was saying that she had questions that weren't getting answered. If you could put your questions in now, Tina, I will do the best I can to answer those questions. Well, there's 2 different rockets. There's the Rocket Genesis, and that's not what I was talking about. What I was talking about is a K-Fun clone, a really cheap one called the Rocket. It is rebuildable, but it's K-Fun style. Yeah, the Fastec Addy, it's a K-Fun style, bottom coil, it uses silica. It's a decent vape, but it's a pain in the butt. The threading isn't very good. The seals aren't very good. I would have just spent a few extra dollars and got the branded clone. The one I got, you could have just bought it, filled it, and vaped it. It came built. But yeah, as Krieg says, I will agree with that comment.
I never tried that one. Never tried the Tay-Fun either. That's interesting. Tay-Fun, Tay-Fun.
I think there's a new standard when it comes to things you don't have to build, and that's going to be the Nautilus. I would challenge anyone to get a hold of one, fill it up with one of your favorite juices, and vape it, and you tell me if there's a problem. Adjustable airflow, it wicks like a dream. It takes an awful lot out of a non-rebuildable to get me excited. Even more for me to give up Jennings for an entire week, and I did that this week. Tonight is the first time I've vaped a Jenny since Saturday afternoon last week.
Well, we've got Krieg's on a roll now.
I just had Krieg's E-roll in my hand today. I gotta lock this and I'll pull that bad boy out. Oh yeah, that's the shit. No, not really, Kriegs. It's anemic. And the fact that they wouldn't send the extra 1 penny ring with it is a complete turnoff. But for what it is, it does work better than expected. Well, yeah, they charge us 40 cents for it, but they were getting them 4 for a penny. Well, this is the E-roll. And, you know, if you hang around here a little bit, you'll find out that many of us hosts swap stuff back and forth. But there's the E-roll. It's a charging pack, a PCC, and it's a 510 slim battery and a little tank system. For what it is, it's not horrible. Good night, Pixie. That said, it is not epic.
Thunderhead, I think you took that somewhere totally sideways.
Play nice, Mandy. I don't think so, Danny. If you're wanting my juice, you want it shipped to the States, you're gonna have to order directly from me. I need to get on the other page again. Yeah, I'll give him the real link.
They
Now, in the States, Danny, all you do is you go through, put what you want in the cart. When you complete the sales transaction, it's going to ask you for payment form. Just, go with the EMT option, the electronic money transfer option. A list of instructions are going to come up, where to send the money, how to do it, da-da-da-da-da. Take the email address that it says to send the electronic money transfer to, send a PayPal to that email address as goods and service, not as friends or family. And the only thing you put in the comments is your order number. That is the easiest way that we can do business across the border. It's just impossible to get a credit card processor online for juice in Canada. If you had been paying attention, Diana, I actually vaped the E-roll. I didn't just say E-roll, I vaped E-roll. Now I need to ask forgiveness from the masses.
Oh, and whatever for.
I vaped an e-roll.
We'll overlook it. I'll cut it out of the recording.
You couldn't handle the Destroyer Creeds. You're a 15 watt vapor. What the fuck will you do with a 35 watt device? Jeff already gets enough stuff from you. I'll see your DNA 30 and I'll raise you a fucking destroyer. So what do I compare it to? Well, here's a Nemesis in 18650 mode with ERA and an extended tip on it. So there's the side-by-side in between an 18650 Nemesis and the Destroyer. Pravari in 18500 mode with tank on top of it. $18,650 Poldiak. $710 milliliter bottle of Orange Crush. Well, they wanted a comparison of the ham. Well, other than the ham is a huge waste of fucking money. There's the ham. Okay, so there's the E-roll. There's the Destroyer. There's the E-roll beside the Destroyer. There's the E-roll inside the vent hole of the Destroyer. This is dual 26700. And there's 10 of them in existence. This is number 1 of 10.
Oh, I don't think so, Chevy. I don't think the E-Huge can...
Even if it's bigger,
Can-
it wouldn't have the power. This is linear. and its chip is rated to 35 watts continuous. And its peak power is more in that 75 watts range, and that's really all we use is peak power. And I'm pushing it with dual 40 amp batteries. Cloud is just a function of atomizer. So to change cloud, all we got to do is change atomizer. And batteries.
Danny Vapor, I've got a bunch of things on the go. I have Phantasm in a Kraken clone. I got Candied Cavendish in a dripper. And I'm trying to remember what's in everything else. Ripe Strawberry in the K-Fun clone.
And I'm bouncing between Mocha Kicker, King's Cream, and G Money tonight. See, I can charge the batteries at 2 amps. It's quicker to charge the destroyer.
Thunderhead, I think you can still place orders. They'll just be serviced, you know, when the holiday. Can you still hear us?
Did we drop?
We dropped the broadcast.
It should be coming back. I haven't dropped a single packet, but my encoding started over.
Then it's just a long thing.
Are we coming back though?
Yep. Just a little Vaughn hiccup.
No, that wasn't Vaughn. That was XSplitter.
Yeah.
Because
oh, was it?
Like
it
literally like it started over the broadcast because my encoding started at 0, and I'd been like 500,000 packets.
Have a good night, Kelly.
Good night, Kelly.
Redraw. There's lots of people in the room. So, Kelly, are you here?
You won a $50 gift certificate to DSV Creations. So all I need, SoCali, is an email sent to sales@dsvcreations.com, and I will send you email in return that has the coupon code.
Nice. Congratulations. Oh, you will be pleased.
So, do I need to display that again for everybody?
Just in case you forgot.
I got my first cease and desist letter from Health Canada today. So this weekend's coupon code, which is good for 30% off everything, all the juice on site, is Fuck Health Canada. All capitals. Free shipping on all orders over $100. They pissed me off. What can I say?
Well, Texas Girl, that's what he was explaining. He received his first Health Canada cease and desist letter. In Canada, there is no law against vaping or anything we do. However, they like to fall back on an advisory they issued 4 years ago and try to muscle you into stopping operations. There's no legal grounds whatsoever.
Yeah, they pissed me off. Well, they can push all these drugs, through, fast tracking them, no proper research, and then for 6 months they run ads to push the product, and then 6 months after those ads end, you see all the lawyers on there posting ads to sue the companies for all these nasty side effects. And if all of that is just part of business, then why the fuck can't we just do the same? We're not hurting anybody. The exact opposite. rolling coal is the only way to go. Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to have a hybrid car. Um, and the electric car is totally impractical if you live in the country. Its range just wouldn't suffice.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is great. The practicality is something different.
Yeah, if you got all those 18650s in there anyway, may as well find a way to vape it.
And a substantially larger carbon footprint than the Hummer.
Wow.
There was a study done, it's going to be about 9 years ago now, that they put a dollar value on the carbon footprint of all these different vehicles. And the original Humvee from, American General, whichever is like the military grade Humvee with the 6-liter, the biggest fuel pig they have. They gave it a carbon footprint value of $70,000 US. That if you were going to offset, its entire life carbon footprint, that's what it would cost into the carbon credits program. They did the exact same one on the Prius, and it was 132,000 and change. The creation of its battery, it's all in the battery. The creation of its battery is far worse than all the fuel that the Humvee will burn in its entire lifespan.
Interesting. Oh, we'll see you show me smoke.
There's got to be something said for real steel in vehicles, though, as well. Because when I bought my truck, it had been in an accident. The guy that I bought it from had smoked a deer with it at a little over 100 mile an hour. And so, it was, it was bad. I had to change a $75 grill, and I had to realign the passenger side headlight. And see, bunny hug is an old Saskatchewan thing. It goes back to the school days when you would get your school sweaters, and the company, this Midwest Actionwear out of Saskatoon, that did all the school jackets and shirts and everything. That's what they called it in their catalog, was a bunny hug. So the rest of the world knew them as hoodies, but because of one store that supplied all the schools, they became known as bunny hugs here in Saskatchewan.
Well, you learn something every day.
You know, I've taken my cousin's smart car for a rip a couple times, and if you get past that centrifugal clutch to engage it, it feels like you're fighting the e-brake. Because the car, it's like a skidoo. It revs, then engages. So it feels like you're trying to overcome a parking brake. But once you get past that, they're actually a pretty fun little car. Like don't expect to be racing it, but they really zip. I'm an hour out of Saskatoon right now, Calgaryville.
Thanks, Thunderhead. You have a good night.
Good night, Thunderhead. Holy fuck, I already blocked this guy once.
Oh, he's determined, eh?
Okay, now he's removed and he's blocked.
What part didn't you understand? The buh or the bye?
Now I can get back to what I really wanted to do. Yeah, that one worked really well. Stupid fucking
like
Vaughn.
That's even better than last time.
That's better.
Downpour. Congratulations.
So Downpour, just shoot me an email at sales@dsvcreations.com and I will respond to your email with the coupon code. And that is for $50 off.
to see Tiger. Here I am.
Well, I didn't really have a whole lot of plans for the show tonight until I went and picked up the mail this afternoon. And, yeah, give me a sec here. I don't have Facebook open.
Oh, I've got it open. The Juice Creation group? Or...
Yeah, no, not the Darkside, the DS. Or I got it.
Okay. All right. All added.
Well, that Jenny was full when I picked it up after the show started.
And yes, Calgary Bell. The poem is the source for that. William Blake.
Here, I thought it was all about the ice cream.
That was just a added bonus. Hello, Raptor. Vapor. I'm not sure how you say that.
You know, it was very nice of Health Canada to give me, some content for the evening. Very considerate of them. But now I have to go into the city and buy a frame.
Are you gonna stop? Not a chance.
Me?
Vaptor.
Not a chance in hell. As I said earlier, for me to stop, First off, they have to prove to me that it's illegal. Secondly, they're going to have to send the cops. And if they're going to go to that extent, they better go ahead and send a SWAT team. Because 2 officers knocking on the door is not going to do fuck all to slow me down. It was a full cease and desist in the Canadian fashion. Please stop, or we'll send you another letter.
Oh no, not another letter.
Please stop, or we will say stop again. Look, I have a flashlight, and I'm not scared to shine it in your eyes. You don't want this bad boy shined in your eyes. This hurts. Bunch of fucking overpaid cocksuckers is what they are.
Oh yeah. Joe's saying that when they send the second letter, look out, Corey, because it's going to be a stern letter.
No, they're form letters. They just change the name and address on the top. Well, there's a lot of vendors that help each other out with the letters and the proper response to them. Mm-hmm. You know, the last thing the group needs is me speaking my mind. You know, I've got pretty good software. I can take all the grammatical and spelling errors out of it. But the letter would you know, go somewhere along the lines of, you can pry my fucking vape out of my cold dead fucking fingers if you can get here. You know, just... And see, Joe, I'm redneck enough to do that. Yep, and that's about appropriate, Hayes. They can get a go fuck yourself, go try to push more Viagra or Cialis.
Mm.
Where the hell am I going to get elephant shit in the middle of nowhere? You know, we have one of the...
Oh, Joe's got a link.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You can have pretty much feces of any exotic variety sent to the recipient of your choice.
Now, for the ease of you know acquiring said shit, there's a major turkey operation a couple miles out of town that supplies pretty much all of Lilydale's turkey needs in Canada. I'm sure they could spare a shipping crate full.
Oh dear. And there's something about poultry and pig crap that just, they'd wish you sent a cow patty.
I don't know if I want to send something self-igniting to a government office. That That might actually send the cops to my door.
Joe.
Have you not
Well,
seen the
I'm sure
coupon
you'll
code?
find it. No, he means for poop centers.
Well, I can't help him with a fecal code. A little bit of duct tape over your fingertips takes care of all of that.
Joe.
Joe's checking out if there's a drop shipping option. This is Canada. More importantly, this is Health Canada. I am not too worried about low trace DNA technology. You know, security at one of those Canadian government offices is two good old boys sitting at the front. Yeah, this one looks safe. This one looks safe. Well, that one looks like it might have cupcakes in it. We better take that to the security desk. Really? No, I think at the end of the day, getting the letter is just a rite of passage for being a Canadian vendor.
You've arrived.
Now I just have to make sure, because they've got my physical address, now I need to make sure that all my nick gets shipped to my post office box. Because they didn't even have my name. They didn't even do that much research to see what name it's registered under. The letter came to DSV Creations. They got the name and address off my website. Oh no, it's suspicious that the End Vapor Shop, Shay has been in the news an awful lot lately. Very vocal, very outspoken, very public. And this week, 3 of her 4 juice vendors got letters. You know, it's not too hard to figure out where it all came from. And of course, in the letter, they want you to rat out anybody that you get supplies from, and you know, you're to cease importing all product. And if any of your product is domestic, they want the name and particulars of wherever you get said product from. The Great Canadian Witch Hunt. Well, if they want me to be an informer, they really didn't do their homework. Because I got a track record. And my track record is when the man asks, I tell him to fuck himself. And Fire King, I can't answer that in any certainty, because I just let my cotton dry naturally. I boil a full bag, which means I have cotton for the rest of my natural life, because I use it in one dripper. I like my butterscotch pudding off cotton, so I use it in one dripper. And I know after I boiled the bag, it was like 3 days before I could use any of it.
Oh, I like our major's idea. Make up a bunch of fake names and addresses and keep them busy for a while.
And I would hope by now that everybody that is, you know, using organic fibers or you know, is doing the boiling knows enough to be using distilled water. I really hope that we're at that level of education that doesn't even need to be mentioned anymore. Though it's always good to bring it up.
Now, there was some talk that the boiling, if you're using
the cotton bleached with hydrogen peroxide isn't necessary so much. What do you say to that?
I say that I don't trust anybody. uh, it costs me next to nothing to boil it. So I boil it. I'd rather be overly safe than take a risk I don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. Well, and to me, the boiling with the cotton is not about getting anything, chemical or that out of it. For me, it's about residues. The very small cotton fibers. I don't want, to be inhaling something I don't need to be. Doing the boiling gets rid of all that loose fiber. It's the same as, boiling the cotton or hemp or bamboo, even silica for that matter. But for me, silica is less important because I burn the ever-living shit out of it with a torch before I build. And so there's anything that could be inhaled off of it is burnt to a crisp. I turn the wick red hot. But I don't think a person should take risks they don't need to. Yeah, I will give it that. The boiled cotton is cleaner, flavor-wise, than uncleaned cotton. I don't boil my silica wicks, vapor. I burn them. I use a torch called a flamethrower, and I burn my silica before I ever build. And we boil the cotton just to ensure its cleanliness. Calgary Bell. There's no particulates left in it. That there's no chemical in it. No brightening wash left behind.
I fear the alcohol would leave a residue that would be much worse than anything you could possibly leave behind from boiling.
I think it would depend on the alcohol you were going to use. I wouldn't use rubbing alcohol or ISO, but Everclear, why not? Everclear will kill everything.
So what, then just soak it in that and let it naturally dry out?
Yep. But for me, I'm just going to keep doing what I do. I'll burn my silica. I'll boil my organics. Isopropyl alcohol, Texas girl.
And Vaptor, if you're burning silica and it's shredding and turning to dust, not all silicas are created equal. I will say that. There are better and worse silicas, and the better ones withstand it. You're going to find just the little fuzzies and hairies disappear when you torch the living daylights out of it, but it maintains beautifully.
Yeah, the torch I use is 1600 degrees Fahrenheit. And I just burn the ever-living shit out of the wick. For a couple reasons, Fire King. First off, it gets rid of any of the stringers. It conditions the wick. Secondly, it starts the breakdown process on the silica, which means like if you have a fresh build, and your build normally holds 8 drops, but on a fresh build it only holds 4. If you burn it properly, it will hold its full complement first time you drip it. My juice catchers hold 20 to 22 drops, and they hold that the very first time that I go to vape them because I condition my wick. And that's just trial and error. I didn't start out to do it that way. Just a couple hundred builds later, that's been pretty proven.
And I agree with Asp. When you torch something in 1600 degrees, you know it's sterile when you're finished, and you've removed any of the oils and stuff from your fingers or other people's that have handled it.
And it's each their own. Like, I've played with cotton an awful lot, and other than butterscotch pudding, I do not enjoy the vape on cotton. And it starts out with kind of a little bit of funny taste, which goes away very quickly. Then I get anywhere from an hour and a half to a day of great vape. Super clean flavor, massive hits, and then it's fucked. Then it gets anemic and nasty tasting, and I need to pull out the cotton, clean the coil, and install new cotton. Or I can just build silica in the first place and vape it for a month and not think twice about it. And lazy wins. And if I only had 2 or 3 drippers to deal with, we might be having a different conversation. But I have 60 or so rebuildable drippers. It could be the temperature you're vaping it at too, because I'm vaping that at 0.5 of an ohm on a brass device with silver contacts. No, not a good deal. I paid less than that shipped for 700 meters a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
The cotton questions are far better directed at someone like Krieg's. That is their vaping style. Oh. Well, Krieg's will be back here tomorrow night at 8 Pacific for Vape Night in Canada. I wouldn't doubt it, KP. I'm down to just blueberry swirl left in the deep freeze for ice cream. Time to go shopping. Anytime, Tiger.
Alrighty.
I still got to make some juice tonight for delivery tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Amy's doing deliveries at work.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I gotta get to work too. So I think we've gone a couple minutes over. But we'll wind down now. Come back tomorrow night, like he was saying, 8 p.m. Pacific for Vape Night in Canada. He'll be back with Kriegs and Smoke Eater and Zychick. Done Deal will not air tomorrow night. Joe will be late with Mod Envy, their first anniversary show. And I'm going to pop in during that show and make a little appearance. So...
And don't forget that there's an auction going on being hosted at vapenet.com starting at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
Yeah, let me get the link for that one more time. That runs noon till noon starting tomorrow noon. So it'll end up Sunday at noon. There is the link for the auction.
Yeah, and don't forget the coupon code FuckHealthCanada, all capitals, because we're pissed off and we want to yell. And that'll get you 30% off at fuckhc.com or at dsvcreations.com. And on that note, VapeStrong, and good night.
Have a good night.